Hey everyone, my name is Adam Niedens, and this is my intro video, Module 1 for EDL 856, School Community Relations. Personal and work information about myself. I am married to my wife, Megan. We have two little kids. We have a 3-year-old little boy, almost 4, and a little girl who is 1.5, so we are plenty busy with them. We also have one dog. A little bit about myself, my background here. I went to Sterling College, got my degree there. While I was there, I was a member of the baseball team. I currently teach in Lyons, Kansas, which is a 3A school district. The building that I'm in is a 3 through 5 building. I am a 4th grade teacher. I've been teaching for 9 years, going to be 10 here soon. All 9 years I've spent in 4th grade at the same building. So, yeah. I also coach. I'm the head middle school boys basketball coach and the head high school baseball coach. I also do the public address announcing for the football and basketball games. Our school is currently going through the Gemini process and the redesign process, so that's fun getting to go through and make some changes and see what works and oftentimes what doesn't work. So that's been a challenge, but a fun challenge. Within the school district, I would say within my school and other opportunities with coaching and things like that, I'm on a few different committees. A little bit about my personal side is that I enjoy doing anything outside and watching sports as much as I can, which obviously right now hasn't been happening a ton. Communication and its importance. We're going to focus on 2 aspects here. One would be the individual communication, which would be like myself as a teacher communicating with my students, the parents, and other community members. And then one will look at the district forms of communication, how to get the word out there as well. My top thing would be a face-to-face meeting. Anytime anything like that needs to be addressed, I prefer to do that face-to-face. Phone calls and text messages is always welcomed and always available. Email is a good one to get a hold of me or to get the word out to parents as well. Sometimes we will send notes home, especially for like field trips and things like that. We'll send typed up notes and stuff like that to let everybody know what we're doing. Especially now with the whole COVID-19 thing, we've really got into other forms of online communication. One of those, or a couple of those that I really enjoyed using and learned quite a bit from actually was Seesaw and Google Classroom, and then Zoom meetings are always a good way now to communicate. Our district forms of communication, I would say the most popular one would be the school Facebook page to get anything out about anything, whether that be school-related stuff, academics, sports, theater stuff, anything like that. It goes on the school Facebook page, and that's a pretty accessible one to all families. There is a USD 405 web page. Infinite Campus is something we have that runs through with parents being able to check on students' grades and attendance and different aspects of that as well. Twitter is something used somewhat more at the upper levels than the lower levels. All calls is something we have. It kind of runs through Infinite Campus. Just an all call goes out about whatever's going on or what time there's a meeting or different things like that. And then there's always the board meetings open to the public, and then you can read board minutes. How, after reading these articles, does that affect my introductions now? I realize that every little thing matters when you're being introduced to somebody or you're introducing yourself to somebody, that people pick up on little cues that you may not even notice that you do or don't do. First impressions can be vital. They might make a split-second decision whether they want to continue this conversation or this relationship with you. Make them remember you. And a way to do that is tell those personal stories. Get a connection going with them. Relate to that person somehow. Maybe ask them a question then and see if you can get a story back from them, and maybe you build a relationship that way. You want to get across the point quick of who you are and what you're about. District policies for communication. We don't have a set formal type of communication of what we have to do as teachers or how we have to operate things. Some teachers will use Twitter more than others. Some of them will use Infinite Campus more than others. Some of them use Google Classroom more than others. So I would say one thing would be that teachers are allowed to communicate as long as you're communicating there's not going to be a huge issue with parents as long as they're informed on what's happening, when it's happening, what's going on in their building with their kid. They want to know what's going on with their kid. And as long as you're doing that, I don't think there's a set way that you have to necessarily do that as long as you're getting that job done. And I believe that's part of the job to be successful. We want to communicate as much as possible, at least get the info out there to them. We use email, phone calls, face-to-face visits when needed, of course. That doesn't always have to be your form of communication, especially in today's age with technology and every other aspect that we have that's available to us. So that's my introduction video. I look forward to learning from all of you guys and hearing what you all have to say. Thanks for your time.